allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the meeting to order. Motion to approve the agenda.
I make a motion to approve agenda with flexibility.
I'd like to add, executive session personnel 1-25-21.
We have a motion. We have a second. All in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Approve August 21st, 2024 Commissioner meeting minutes.
I make a motion to approve August 21st, 2024 Commissioner meeting minutes.
We have
I just have a correction. You need to put Josh Whipple. You just have his first name. You need to have his second name there too. Okay.
we have a motion with correction. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second. All in favor, signal by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. 2025 provisional budget. This is the updated one.
No.
From what I got.
I don't think there's any updates. I would like to propose that, the general fund is using $186,834 in cash applied to fund that budget. I think we could drop the contingency from 100,000 to 50,000 because the state requires 5% over budget revenue, and that's 121,000. So I think we could get 5 or 50,000. I think the soil conservation has asked for 12,500. We usually give them 5,000. That would be a savings of 57,500. There's a couple of budgets that probably will need changed. I think the director of equalization budget is still set for when Renee is there. And if the city county law contract is accepted, there should be a change. There'll be more revenue. But then we don't know when that'll happen, so I don't know if that'll happen this year or not.
So propose to make those changes, then, correct?
We don't have to approve the annual budget today.
Okay.
But those are just some changes I look at.
Anyone else have some changes?
provisional budget hearing. Gives public a chance to comment on the budget.
Okay,
Go ahead.
No, you, please.
Is there an opportunity to include a line item for mobility access, handicap access to the building?
I haven't forgot that.
Okay,
I gotta talk to
okay.
Curtis on that. I have not forgot that.
Just a reminder, that's all, that's all. Thank you.
So this is the meeting that was supposed to be held yesterday? Is that correct? The budget meeting?
It was published as being today
It was published where?
with the provisional budget. Twice,
In the paper.
yes.
So you're gonna leave the highway budget at what, 826? Sorry, I'm not fully prepared, so. The reason I'm asking, there was supposed to be a public meeting yesterday, a public hearing.
Well, it was published in the paper as being today.
Did you just get the dates wrong?
No, we just changed it from yesterday.
Is there copies of this somewhere?
It's published in the paper.
Right, this is a public meeting. There should be a copy here where I can reference it. It's not in the public packet.
We passed those out the last meeting. Those were passed out at the last meeting.
So we're not allowed to have one during this meeting? We didn't have one at the last meeting? 'Cause I didn't see one in last meeting's packet either. Thank you. So the 201 fund is what I'm talking about. Last I looked at the provisional budget, it was still at like, what, 826,000? Which is a huge drop in the annual budget for the highway department.
Just they're in order if you look them along. They're almost to the end, it's your 201.
How we go over it?
Pretty sure it's okay.
That's law.
You're gonna leave it?
For now.
So,
Isn't that-
2 years ago, you guys went 555,000 over budget in that fund. This year, you're on track to hit really close to that exact same number.
Yep.
When you're not planning on budgeting more, you're just fine going way over budget, or?
It's a budget. I mean, it's a guess. We have no idea what next year's gonna bring.
I'm just saying the last 2 years doesn't have any reference on what might come the third year. I guess if it's a budget and it really is just made up numbers and it really doesn't matter, I don't really see the point in passing it then, or even having the numbers or going through all this hassle. So if it's just numbers, I say pass it.
Oh, we're not passing today.
Any more public comment?
I got one. Well, actually, I got three. So, start with, I'm fixing that road out to Kelly Keegan's. Going from
This is
the,
just for the budget.
oh, just for the budget? Sorry.
We're done with that public comment in general.
So I'm fixing that road going into Kelly Keegan's because it was all washed out. So that road's gonna be probably 1.5 feet higher than the county road when we get done, because it all is washed out on the county road. I don't know if you guys wanna change something on the county road for it, or, because the county road's just lower than what it should have been.
Who's really know?
Kelly Keegan's, is that gonna be crowned so it goes off into the ditches?
Yeah, as much as we can, but right there at the end of the approach, it's still a downhill slope, and I try to keep it all back into the meadow, but
Is the county road got a nice crown right there?
yeah, but it's still running off, all that, it's still running off onto the county road, it's gonna run off there and it's still gonna be high enough, it's not crowned enough and the road's too low to even. If you get a big rain, it'll wash right down there and go right over the top of the road. Cause that's all uphill going into that place, but we kind of flattened it out up there on top so that it will run off.
So basically it'll run through the ditch and over the road, through the
Yeah.
ditch. How much higher is the,
We're probably gonna be 1.5 feet higher than the road. There's good gravel right there on that road, so I don't know. Pretty good. Or we can just see what it looks like.
just to see what it looks like and go from there.
Is there a culvert there, Bob?
Yeah, I think there is a culvert in that deal, but it's coming down off that, that from the fence down, and then it goes to the road. We've cut it back to where, it's crowned as much as we can. We're gonna try to crown it a little more and start on gravel in there, but to get it off that edge rather than running up on the road. Them ditches are pretty full of silt,
Okay. Let's see when you're done with it, we'll see what it looks like.
And then the fiber's right on the west side of that approach, so digging around there too much is.
Okay.
But anyway, I wanted to forewarn you what was going on and change something.
Okay.
As far as that goes. And the other thing is, I see in your plan, your 5-year plan, you plan on graveling Rear Can Alley to 4 miles east of Heisel Road. I think done just do that. What's that?
There'll be a separate hearing for that.
Oh, there will be? Okay.
I just wanna get this all done right now, now I just get it over with, so I don't have to come back in here. I'm just making a suggestion that you guys would change that, instead of, did you guys gravel that, Chase's a couple, 3 years ago? Well, the road going from the highway up to Loudon's could use a lot of attention, you know. Dallas has got a kid with diabetes, and I got a kid that's had 3 heart surgeries, and it's nice to be able to get it. If something happens, you know. Dallas has got to have an ambulance in there if it rains. Right. You know, so just a suggestion.
Yeah, I've been talking to Dallas, so
Yeah.
it's on it's one of my,
And then my road from Loudon's east, you don't need to send anybody over there. We've been taking care of it ourselves, so. And now we want it. Matt did a really good job laying that road last week, so. Going to Loudon's. Anyway, that's all I had. Thanks.
Any more public comment? Yes.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to have a little quick conversation with the distinguished high-ranking vice chairman here. You know, you guys have quite a lot of executive sessions, and every now and then you throw in an execution session for whatever reason. Hang around out there in the hallway and listen to people. A lot of people cannot hear what goes on in here. A couple quick thoughts, either a speaker system so people that's out there in the hall, not in a public meeting, can hear, or a simpler solution. Mr. Vice Chair, tear down that wall. It worked with Mr. Reagan, it should work with you. Thank you.
Any more public comment? Okay, part-time blade operator list, possible add-on.
Do we have that list?
We have a list of who we have on there.
I cannot find one.
I'd say we should just start from scratch.
It's a good idea.
And, I think if someone wants to do that, they should come in. We should treat it like a job interview.
So you guys have a list of
There wasn't a list of
maintainer,
people who
operators,
people
knew
who-
how to.
Part-time.
And the only one I can remember is Kevin Cook's house.
There's a lot on there, actually.
There's a what, but
Captain, Kip, Greg,
Todd.
Judd's on there, Todd,
Rob,
Roy. I mean, there's a lot of people on there.
But,
They have to go through the minutes, right?
They did.
Mhm.
Yep, they did.
let's just start this new deal on what we can start from scratch. If someone wants to do it, treat it like a job interview.
Joe, would you like to be the first one on that list?
Sure, fill out an application, sure.
You guys got applications?
Yes.
For part-time? Or is it just regular
It's
applications?
just a regular application.
Okay.
Okay. Full-time highway superintendent position, I think we need to advertise that.
Need a motion now.
Thanks.
well, we also need some kind of job description. Do you expect the superintendent to also be the secretary, or are you going to look for a secretary? Because it's a mess.
Rainbow. You volunteering?
No.
Jolene, in your opinion, do we need a secretary and a superintendent?
Well, it depends on who you get for a superintendent, but of all the people I've talked to, they said you're not gonna find a superintendent that's gonna sit there and do that job.
Is it a full-time job?
Never has been until now.
And how many years are behind?
But how,
I did it for 10.
No, how many years is that secretary job behind?
Oh, usually year-end stuff hasn't been done for the last 2 years, and I don't know. The rest of it, I don't know.
It'd be a full-time position for a while.
It would be to start, yes, to try to catch up everything. And I mean, and if you did a full-time and did, I guess what your original thoughts were, was to have somebody out there that could do all the running instead of the super doing the running, if they needed parts or whatever in Rapid, which was, I understood is why you took me out of it, is because they wanted somebody available to them out there, then it probably should be a full-time job. Because they could take people back and forth to the blades, they could go to Rapid, they could take them fuel, instead of taking our guys who are actually working away from the job.
Advertise for both.
Advertise for both.
We'll get a job description lined up, Joe.
I should have one for the secretary, so I can
We had one for the highway superintendent, but I don't know if you can find it.
Yeah, I think I might have seen it, and Melissa might have something. I still haven't gotten into the computer up there, but I haven't really had time to stop out there and look.
I might have it also. I'll check.
Okay.
Okay, Melchor Brad Hawk. How do you see the last name? Swank. Gravel permit. He's here now and it's filled out and everything's done now,
Right,
right?
Stella should have it, but I can bring it Stella.
Yes.
And they're wanting local gravel, 25 loads. It's 281 street, that's the north and south. And there's some hills that they want to put some gravel on and then the rest go on 244th Avenue, correct? To your approach. 245th, I think. Yeah, 244th here.
Yeah, that's.
So it's 245th.
If that's the one to the south.
I make a motion to approve the gravel permit for fresh spot.
When did you want to start on this?
I don't know, we need to get full record stuff first, so.
Just by end of
We'll,
year.
we'll just put today and then when do you plan on having it done?
Hopefully we get some moisture.
Yeah.
You guys want the motion to advertise for the superintendent?
I don't think you need one.
I'll probably just put it down for December 31st. Okay, now your motion again.
Motion to approve the gravel permit for fresh spot.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second, all in favor, signal by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carried. Did you have any other questions? Okay.
We'll make a copy, give to him, and keep a copy for our records. please. Yes. We'll give you a copy, Brad.
new business?
We got 2 minutes yet.
Well, I have some just kind of FYIs for you guys. Well, Al was here, him and I were able to get the annual report done and submitted. We also finally got 2023 completely closed out. Also, you cannot pay a 941 employee outside of payroll, as we did with my professional fees for helping in the auditor's office. Because now my regular paycheck for paying the taxes and the retirement, I got a $300 paycheck last week and I might get a $600 next week. So I'd hate to see this happen to anybody else, so it's just, if they're a full-time employee and pay 941 wages, it's got to go through payroll. Also, just a heads note up, I got talked to about the hand checks that are done after disbursements. That is a no-no, unless it's, somebody comes in and pays enough on partial payments or advanced taxes. I pay the taxes, I ask for a check for it, that's an internal type thing. The only things it would be, depending on when the meetings are, we may have to do some, because of deadlines, interest and penalties that will be assessed, like the 5 checks we do at the beginning of the month. So just after disbursements, everything has to go through disbursements unless it was something already prearranged, like our lawn guy. It was agreed that he gets paid after every 3rd mowing. Other than that, there will not be hand checks after disbursements.
Anything else?
A little update with the IRS. We have gotten letters, 941s have not been filed. I cannot find copies in the files. For June of 2023, December of 2023. So I need to pull the reports and see if I can't get that done.
You good?
I think that was it, yes.
Okay. 10 o'clock. 5-year plan, public comment. This is for the road, highway department.
I have a question. How did Project Road come off of the 5-year plan? That used to be one of our top priority roads on the 5-year plan. Just never got to it, but now I see that it's not on there whatsoever. I'm really, I guess, more curious of how Beer Can Alley, which the majority of that road did get gravelled 3 years ago. That's basically a secondary road, how it made priority over some way more higher priority roads.
We call Project Road, the one going to the Tadio?
Yeah, the back road there. Goes by Jeff Slatterly's. It was pulled up, and I mean, it's had a lot of work done on it over the last couple of years, and I mean, it's really, really close to seeing gravel and stuff, and now it's not even on the 5-year plan. And it's a very highly traveled road. But like from Jeff Slatterly's on to the east, the hills up there are basically gumbo. I mean, just even
By George Kosmicki's old place.
actually west of that, up on the hills up there, it's just, there's no gravel up on top of the hills, but the shoulders have all come up. It wouldn't take a lot. I'm just curious how Beer Can would get a higher priority than Project Road. I mean, that road is highly traveled in the summer.
I would agree with you on that.
Our last superintendent took it off, June, we don't know why.
Yeah.
So,
I guess that's a major suggestion
It's
of mine.
on.
we can still make changes, can't we, Tom?
Pardon?
We can still make changes, can't we?
Oh, yeah, this is a guideline more
Yeah.
than anything.
I'm
You
gonna
know,
tell
this was what was given to me as basically where they could go. But yeah, this is the roads speak for themselves, they don't, it's not this.
Right. I'm just saying from my perspective, I'd really like to see it added back on here because that's probably in the top 5 highly traveled roads in the county is what I'd say. Maybe 6 or 7, but somewhere in there.
We got till the 15th of October to turn this in.
Pardon?
We got till the 15th of October to turn this in.
Yeah, it's gotta be turned in before then. But if you want a change in this, we can do a change, and if you want us to add a road, not a problem.
Bill and I'll get with you later. We're adding, subtract some stuff on there.
And that's a nothing thing. Basically what I'm hoping today is that we get this approved, and we can say approved with changes noted. That would be all it would take. If you have changes, fine, we can do it. One day. You just tell me what you need.
I can answer Jed's question on why that strip of Bear Can Alley was done. I came to this board, our radio equipment's in that building under that tower. I came to this board. When the system went down one time, there was no way to get there. I had to borrow somebody and a driver and a side-by-side to even get to that equipment to work on it. I asked if it would be possible to put gravel on that stretch so I could get in. It was muddy, and that's why that was done.
No, this is beyond that,
That's on the future plan to do
beyond
the
that.
gravel.
From all the way
To
down.
go,
Okay, so you're not just talking about the one stretch. I thought Jed said something about the stretch that had gotten done.
Right.
It did.
it
It has been,
Yeah, right. And that's why.
but it's still on the list, even that part of it, so.
You gotta take 2 miles out of it that goes up to Chase's, cause that was very gravel.
right,
My main concern is I don't wanna see Project Road get left off the list, I guess, so that's,
That project really was on the list.
it was. It's not now though.
Oh, I thought it was, I'm sorry.
It's not on that,
Okay.
unless that's.
when is the signing project gonna start?
Let's see, you guys are probably gonna be first thing next spring. That's the way it's looking. Because it's been in for review, and we've got, I think we've had it back and sent back for review, so they'll probably let it this winter. That's what I anticipate.
So, and that's you guys that are installing them, or is that a?
No, this is
contractor?
a contract through the state for a company that does it. It's pretty good chance that we'll be doing the inspection for it. And that's about all that will be involved.
Culvert signs are on there?
The
Yes.
object markers, yes, the little 12x6 object markers are on them. For a sign, for culverts over 30 inches and over. If it's under 30 inches, the state considers them drivable.
And
Yeah, I know.
They're mobile.
Well, we had our guys put some in there.
Yeah, just a steel post.
Salt, but
Yeah.
Well, you guys can have them done if you want, but it's 100% your cost.
not too much.
Then we'd have to go out and collect all those too, so not big, we just have to know.
Right on.
But like I said, it'd just be a steel post that they dip in yellow paint, that's all it would be.
That's all I need.
Most county guys like to do that themselves,
Right.
I'll be honest.
Yeah.
But it's cheaper.
Gotcha.
Any more public comment on the road project?
On the 5-year plan, there's a bridge that's mentioned. We've been carrying that for, I don't know how many years. Right now, I'd say we're probably gonna carry it another year or two. So,
Got that one over there.
it's the one south of town.
Firefighter bridge.
One down there.
No.
Is that one of these?
It's on the old highway, yeah,
On
it's
the
out.
old highway south.
It's on the old highway south.
Brad Johnson's.
Oh, that one.
As listed there on that one. If you can read it, I'd have to put my glasses on. But we'll just carry that until you guys decide you are ready to do anything. If you decide you want to do it yourself, we're capable of doing what we call a mini hydro. That way we can go in and tell you how big a pipe or how many pipe you need.
That'd be the quickest.
Yeah.
Cheapest, easiest way to do that.
Oh, that would be the quickest, trust me. Once you decide to do a bridge, you can do a bridge replacement, you can figure 5 to 7 years. That's working through the state.
Okay.
Any other questions?
When's your last day?
What's that?
When's your last day?
2 days from now. Friday. But who's counting, right? Well, if nothing else, can I get a signature?
Yes.
And I will have, get that other road back on there.
And we need to make a motion.
You need to make a
accept
motion
it
to approve it.
with changes.
I'll make a motion to approve the 5-year plan with changes.
We have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
We have a second. All in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Thanks, sir.
Thanks, Emma.
Thanks, Tom.
It's been interesting working with you guys. Yeah, it's been a lot of meetings down here.
You enjoy your retirement.
I am going to enjoy it. My fishing pole is getting worked on,
I definitely did.
and my boat is ready.
Tom, you can be around for a little bit?
Pardon?
You can be around for a little bit?
I have another meeting to go to,
Okay,
but I
that's
can
fine.
be here for a couple minutes.
No, that's right. Well, Bill and I'll give you a call later on.
Okay.
Do you have his number?
No, somebody's got it,
I
though.
have it.
That or just email me. That would be probably the easiest, just email me what road it is and where it is. I'll just add it to the list, but not to the map. And then we can just send it in that way. If there are questions, I say, whoops, I missed it.
You won't be there to answer.
Fire me.
Daniel just say, oh, you must have missed it.
We'll get it there.
We'll get it, it's in there.
All right, thanks, Tom.
Thanks.
Thank you.
The attendance list, do you want to just email this to me or?
You need this, or do you want
That's for
Then
you.
I'll
I
just
think that was, I think that was strictly for you, right?
Yeah.
specifically for me?
That's
Okay, we got her.
Yep.
Thanks much, folks.
Yep.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, Ann.
Bye, Daniel.
I signed it.
Oh, okay, thanks, Sarah.
Bob, did you sign your name?
I signed everyone's.
Good.
I didn't sign, I wasn't.
Yeah, she must have that authority now.
Mr. Cisco. EIS crisis tracking update.
So I contacted the state, this is about using our GIS in the crisis track program. Our question was who was gonna have access to it, that we might not want to have access to it because we charge $10,000 for the data. This is the email I got back from the state. When I asked them who would have access to it, they said we at South Dakota Office of Emergency Management, Bennett County, and Crisis Track, which is, there's a company, software vendor called Juvare, and they would have access because they would be the ones entering our GIS data into Crisis Track. He went on to say it will not be provided to anyone else, and it is solely used for disasters, which we would probably say during disasters. So I think we're safe, just go ahead and give it to them, because we'll be the one to benefit from it. I was just concerned it might be a database somewhere online that anybody had access to. But I think we're good.
We need to make a motion to approve this, correct?
Yep. And do you want a copy of this email to go and file somewhere, or do you just want me to file it?
Well, you just go ahead and
I'll
file
file
it
it.
that way.
I'll make a motion to approve the GSI crisis track.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second, all in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Carried. Move September 18th meeting.
That's convention, right, Tony?
Yep.
So move it to the 25th.
Well,
Sooner?
Well, the 21st getting a little late, especially for disbursements, because we're gonna be doing a bunch of hand tags.
Well, 13th.
When is that?
Not Friday,
Friday? Wait, what Friday is it?
13th. Next Friday.
Next Friday.
Is that too soon?
I was making sure it wasn't homecoming.
Oh, that's the 20th.
I know.
Or the Thursday after, the 18th, 19th, whatever.
Or we can do the 16th, that's Monday.
I won't be here, well, I guess I won't be here Monday. You won't be here Monday.
I won't be around either. The 13th is fine. Not hearing no, so I'm gonna make a motion to move the meeting to the 13th. September
I won't
13th.
be here.
Well,
I have a meeting. That's gonna be pretty early for disbursements. We had them all.
Yeah, but we could get it together, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter, I mean, we can still wait until, if you approve them, wait until that 18th or 19th to send them out, I mean.
I'm thinking about getting them in.
Yeah,
how about the 20th?
I received the bills the week of disbursement. So,
Yeah,
like that Monday.
So the 20th,
Well, that's homecoming
That's
Friday.
homecoming.
so
That's why I said maybe that Thursday, the
When is that one?
Yeah, because it's
Yeah,
only
it's
Tuesday and
Tuesday and
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Why don't we do 19th then?
okay.
I rescind my motion. Now my motion is to move the 18th meeting to the 19th. That's the motion.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, signal by saying aye.
Fine.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried.
At the same time.
So we're down to executive session.
Yep.
Sure, executive session.
Are we gonna do all the new business, or did you already do that?
we did part of it, and I filled up the time slot, so that now it's my turn.
You got something, go ahead, Adam.
I do. So we had the application for the gaming, horseshoe bar going into tribal status, and JC and I had concerns about the legal description on that application. So I contacted Realty, Michael Solomon. He sent a letter out, which has the original deed with it and the proper legal descriptions, and it's kind of well, is an addendum to that letter. So, in my opinion, I think in JC's opinion, they solved that issue.
So they just, what's the next step now? We just wait on them? This
I
was-
know I got a call the other day where I'm sure they're gonna be putting it back into trust ground, so they were getting some information for that, so.
Were any of you guys gonna reach out to the tribe or to talk to Craig Dillon about what had been discussed a few years ago?
I can get a hold of Craig and see what the plan, what his plan is.
When I spoke to Craig Dillon, he said the tribe is still planning to give us something. He did not say what, to give something which would be the equivalent of payment in lieu of taxes, although I don't know that that's the right name for that money.
Free
But there might be something more politically correct than just that, but anyway. So verbally, Craig said they're planning to do something. He did not define that.
And like everything else, it's election year. So, we shall see.
And speaking of election, have you heard anything back from your colleagues? Randy?
I sent them to her because now there's a couple Lydia's reaching out, and so I said, Lydia, you need to get a hold of Sarah and she'll explain things, because now the Allen district wants to have control of it, not the colleagues, the district, so I'm not gonna fight with, I have my own problem, Laker, ask you to fight their own battles out. Lydia called and I said, get a hold of Sarah, because she's got two ladies that are interested, and I thought, okay,
So our deadline to get everything, turned in is this Friday. So we need to know where we're gonna be, we need to know, who we're gonna have employed or working out there. We need to know pretty much everything. If we get applications in, how do you want us to handle those?
We've gotten one so far.
We've got one.
Do you need more than one?
Probably not. I mean, I'm thinking that if we get one person and then maybe we have, if we need to have somebody from the courthouse go out, if that person can't make it, if they're sick, if there's some other issue, we can have some fill-ins. I don't know, how do you guys want to, how do you want to do it?
What about the ladies that are working, that work the election, any of them?
I haven't reached out to any of them, I can. If you want us to, we can do that today.
I would touch base with the ones that are out that way, they would.
Sarah Lydia never got a hold of you then, did she?
She did,
Okay.
but she mentioned only, wanting to know how people apply. And then she gave me a phone number to call to try to get something set up with the CAP office. I called them up, message.
Did you call, did you have any classes?
So do you want the auditor's office to do the interview of this person? I mean, we need to know soon. I don't think it would probably get that higher. I looked into the applicant. I wouldn't have an issue hiring them, and we also need to get them trained.
Cause the auditor's the one that's. Yeah.
Dave, you gonna go to the convention both days, you need a hotel room at Tuesday night?
I need a motel room, I'll just stay at Trey's. If you'll have me.
I'll make a motion to go into executive session for personnel, 1-25-2-1,
Who you want in here?
just the commissioners.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second, all in favor, signal by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. We are now in executive session at 10:23.
Well, you just gave me that finger, I can tell.
It's 100 degrees out.
You want me to stand last? Thank you.
We are back in at 11:13. Be no action taken. Motion to adjourn.
Motion.
We have a motion. We have a second.
Second.
And a second. All in favor, signal by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. This meeting is now over 11:14.
Did you get the time for the share letters?
Was that you, Rick, in this morning?